Hello everyone, I'm your benevolent Dungeon Master Puck. Class is in session. Wizards of the Coast just announced a new book, which means it's time for special Puckin' Mods Speculation Spectacular! Alright, so recently, because I'm not sure when exactly this video comes out, recently, Wizards of the Coast announced that they are releasing a new book entitled Van Richten's Guide to Castle Ravenloft. And here, because I care about you, the viewer, we are going to answer those pressing questions that you may have. Pressing questions like, who is Van Richten? What the hell's a Castle Ravenloft? And why should I care? And in that order, Forgotten Realms Van Helsing, Forgotten Realms Castle Dracula, and if you like cool undead content, but you didn't want to get your stuff out of Curse of Strahd, this is probably a good book for you. Alright, so let's dig into it. What do we know? Absolutely nothing. But that doesn't stop people from making 10-minute videos about it. So it was announced that the book is coming out. It's not coming out until May 18th. So you can look out for it then. The only thing we have to go on right now is a very short trailer and a little bit of a listing on Amazon saying that you can go on adventures and have a spooky time in Castle Ravenloft. That's shit we already know. If you know anything about Castle Ravenloft, it is the home of Strahd. It exists in the Shadowfell. You spend some time in it if you've played Curse of Strahd. I can tell you for sure this is not an adventure module. Anybody who tells you that is a liar! Sorry. What I can tell you for sure is that this is a guidebook. So this is extra source material. It's an extra source book, like, you know, Guide to Wildemont and Guide to Theros and, Ravnica and all that kind of stuff. It's just extra support materials. What are we going to get out of it? It's difficult to say. There's a couple things that I know for sure are going to be there. So these are Puck's calls for Richten's Guide to Castle Ravenloft. These are things that I'm going to say with absolute certainty are going to be in the book. And if I am wrong, I will make a video where I sing the I Was Wrong song. And if I am right, I will celebrate. So, these are the things that are going to be in there. Number one, you're going to get some bite-sized Strahd-style adventures. What does that mean? That means stuff and themes that you saw in Curse of Strahd are probably going to be broken down into stuff that you can do in like 1 or 2 sessions, little one-shots, that kind of thing. You'll probably be like 2 or 3 of those if it's consistent with how they've done the other guidebooks. What else is going to be there? Probably a couple things that you get as compendium content when you get Curse of Strahd. They've done this with other books as well. When you pick up Xanathars and that kind of thing, you get some stuff that you got in Hoard of the Dragon Queen, in Xanathars and Volos. So it makes sense that they're going to use Richten's Guide to take some of the creatures and items that existed only in Strahd previously and kind of bring them into another source book if people want to get them there. Probably, almost certainly going to see a stat block for Strahd in this. I can't conceive of a reality where that doesn't happen. So we're definitely getting that. We're probably going to get some other interesting vampires and some other vampire characters that exist in Castle Ravenloft. I'd be interested to see if we get other werewolf stat blocks. Maybe a new kind of werewolf, perhaps? Maybe. That'd be really cool. Probably some other neat undead, some constructs possibly, or undead constructs. And then some interesting magical items. It's going to be very gothically horror-themed. If the trailer is anything to go off, we're probably going to get, like, magic mirrors and that sort. But what I actually think we might get in this book, and this is not my 100% call. This doesn't apply to the previous bet. I want that very clear. What does apply to this is I think we may potentially get some new races or subclasses in this book. Hear me out. Just from what I've seen in the trailers and what I see in the artwork, it leads me to believe that might be where this is headed. And if it is, I'm not sure it'll be anything really groundbreaking. It'll probably be like, add a little bit of an extra subclass, or maybe even just an extra flavoring that you can add to other characters. My deductive dungeon master reasoning, which might also just be like, paranoia and ADHD, is telling me that's might be the direction that we're headed. I'm thinking like hunters, or maybe even a stat block to play as a vampire character, which is something that 90% of the player base is already conceived of already. But I wouldn't be surprised if something like that got front-loaded into this as well. And that's what you can expect from Van Richten's guide to Castle Ravenloft. That's all we've got to go on right now. We'll probably get previews as it leads up to May, but again, this thing's 2 months away. So, we got the announcement. That's what you probably got to look forward to. I'm excited. I love undead. I love the spooky, scary things. So I'll be looking forward to it. And perhaps we'll do a more in-depth examination once it arrives. If anybody likes this video, I guess. Because if you want to hear my opinions about stuff, let me know. And I'll make more videos about it. Anyways, that's it for now. Class dismissed.